back again. It's Deborah-Khadijah, and yes, it's the same day. A new relationship. You got a new relationship, or you're looking for a new relationship. Have a list of questions. You don't have to come to the first dinner date or whatever with your, you can come with your list, but I wouldn't pull it out and be all, whatever. But you need to have these lists of questions ready to slip in here and there. You need to know who you're dealing with. You need to also already have a list of things that you want in your mate. What do you want? What kind of mate do you want? What are you attracted to? What do you like? What turns you on about a woman? What turns you on about a man? What are some of the characteristics and traits you want them to have? What are you looking for? Okay? What are you looking for? You need to have that stuff. You need to know. You can't, because if you don't know, right, what you're going to do is you're going to end up indulging in this relationship based on what you see on the outside. And we are dealing with human beings who have emotions, who have spirits, who have mindsets, okay? And you don't see them when you walk up on them and they're looking awesome on the outside. You don't see them. And you're going to need to do some interviewing. You need to know what they've been through. Have they healed? What are their goals? What are they now doing? Because whatever it is that they're planning on doing, that's great. But what is in operation? Because anybody could sing a good song at a dinner date about what they want to do, what they aspire to do. They can do that, right? But you need follow-up when if you happen to go to their place, or if they're, they may have it with them on their phone, but they're ready. They're ready for everything that they talk about, they want to do. They're ready, they're prepared, they're doing research, they're doing this and they're doing that. And likewise, that's not just with one party, that's with men and women. Okay? So, because a lot of times what happens is, we get caught up on potential. Boy, we meet someone, they're looking great on the outside. And I'll tell you, boy, I know, some men are like, oh my God, her body is this, her face is this, or her this is that, whatever. She's everything I thought I wanted in the physical features. But you need to know who you're dealing with the emotional features, with the spiritual features, with the mental features. You need to know what you're dealing with. Because what happens is a lot of times is we don't know. We go in blindsided and we're so caught up on the outer appearance that we neglect these important things. And then now we're over in a relationship with these people, right? That was not purposed for our destiny, or they kind of took us off track. And the reason why they took you off track is because there are times where you end up after the relationship, it didn't work, and you thought this was the best relationship in the world. You thought you would be this person forever. You would be with this person forever, and it didn't work out. So do your research. Take your time. Don't let sleeping together be the first thing that is on the agenda. Don't let that be priority. It's okay to be to be infatuated, to like something. We're human beings. We have eyes. We like things that we see. You know what I mean? That's fine. But you can't limit everything to that infatuation, because you still have the spiritual being, the mental parts of these individuals that you have to at some point get to know. And it would be a terrible thing to get to know after the fact of whatever. You moved in, you got a baby, or you got too far deep into a relationship. It's just, And guess what? You can't always know everything up front. I do understand that, but hey, if you pay attention, red flags will come up. There are some red flags that will come up for sure and show you what you're dealing with. There are just going to be some inconsistencies. And don't get me wrong, someone can be late, but that does not just kind of sum up their whole life because they were late, a couple times, or that doesn't sum them up. Kind of like, look for some more hardcore things, and then you have people that are coming out of some things. And if you see them actively operating in what's necessary to develop a better life, try not to be too quick to judge. You may be right on time with them and you guys are right on schedule and you just need to merge your lives together, but you need to know, okay? This can't be all talk about this guy talking about his careers and his goals and blah, 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 and this girl talking about the same thing, but nobody's actually following up and doing the things that they're supposed to be doing, okay? Ultimately, we all pretty much want a soulmate. Somebody that fits the puzzle piece to our lives, that have similar, ideas for life and things that we want to do or whatever. You don't have to do every single thing alike. No, you don't have to do that. However, it's good to have some things that you both share the same interest for. It's good to have those things. It just makes life even better for you and then, your family later on and everything that you're trying to do. So, yeah. Focus on who it is that you're coming into a agreement with. Because, agreements are serious. You can lock into something and then wish to God you got out of that thing, or praying like, God, please get me out. I promise. If you just get me out of this thing this time, I promise I will never come back to a relationship like this again. Here is your ticket to never come back to a relationship like that again. Okay? Ask questions. Get to know who you're dealing with. Find a way. And to those of you who have children, don't be so quick to allow your children to be exposed to these new people off the back. Some people don't know that. Some people do not know that, and you have little girls, or you have little boys, or whatever, and you just meet somebody, and you're leaving your kids with them, and come on, you guys. You got to be better security guards and protectors of your lives and your own children's lives and your family's lives, whomever you may be bringing this new individual around. And I'm not saying be like extra like careful to where you can't bring the person around and stuff like that, or because some relationships move a little bit faster than others. At the same time, as you're moving, whether you're moving fast or slow, have some good foundational questions. You might not ask all your questions on the first date because no one wants to feel the fear or the frustration of you judging them off the back. That's the first thing that comes up in a person's mind, like that they may be judged based on whatever they may tell you. If they tell you that they've never had a girlfriend before, you may be like, oh shoot, that's a bad thing. If they tell you whatever they may tell you, so kind of ease the questions in. The key thing is not to move too fast physically without really knowing the answers to your questions, and at the same time knowing what you want. You need standards for your relationship. You need standards for your new relationship. And if you have a relationship already, you should develop some standards if you don't have any, because you can't expect someone to be following certain standards that you guys both set in place, or you have never set in place, if they're not being reinforced in a nice way, or they were never even talked about from the beginning. You can't expect people to know. It's like some of these parents with these kids. You should know better. No. People were not born with a relationship manual. They weren't. They come from broken families. They come from broken homes. And then you even have homes where the parents were married, but they still weren't good role models, you know, because if you had a married couple and the dad beat the mom, you know, you can't just say, well, you came from a family. No. Or if the mom was, you know, an abuse, like she would verbally abuse or whatever. There's different things that people come from, and they can affect whatever it is they're trying to do in life. But you as a person can have some strong foundational questions and get some good answers. And if you find yourself compromising so many answers, then you're really not ready for this relationship, because you've just set yourself up to fail, because you had about 10 questions to ask this gentleman or ask this woman, and the questions were not favorable to what you initially wanted in a relationship, but you wanted to be an overrider, and you bypassed what you really wanted because what looked good on the outside and it felt good, it just seemed good, you know, just kind of like helped you to bypass all the truths that you wanted to live by. So with that being said, I'll tie that up. That was just a little short snippet about new relationships. Alright guys, thank you once again for listening. I am Deborah-Khadijah, and I will be coming back with some hot topics on relationships of all kind. Okay? Why things happen, how things happen, when things happen, the way things happen, things of that nature. Okay? It's always great talking to you, and I'll talk to you soon. Goodbye. Thank you.